Hi, this is BK Black Krishna from manforwars.com, where I'm promoting polite patriotism to stop people from being turned into rude, sketchy zombies making more, and instead respect, look, walk, talk, and feel great, communicate well offline about what they learn online, and be proud nationalists against globalism. So feel free to support the manforwars.com efforts as you'd like. There's a PayPal donation information and direct deposit donation information below. This is something that's really important. There's a lot of people doing fantastic work online, and yet because people don't respect each other, they have trouble talking about it offline. And so with limited reach online, including limited reach to a limited audience, increasing censorship and shadow banning, and so on, it's really important for people to take online information and be able to use that and communicate well offline, and even in fact to have the offline information war where you can put information in front of people consistently and have them at least think about it to change some of the ways they think and behave if they want. If you don't do that, then people are kind of zombified and they make more zombies, and it makes it even harder to communicate with them about what people learn. So manforwars.com for more on that. But this video is called, Why Can't We Ask Exactly How Immigration Policies Will Work for Everyone? Why can't we ask exactly how immigration policies will work for everyone? Now, I'm not a racist. That doesn't work on me. I'm brown, and I'm in Canada, and you know we used to be some of the nicest, most polite people in the world before the mass zombification, and so I'm a good candidate to tackle some of this stuff. I'm not sexist. I'm sexy. I'm a badass dude with other badass dudes and fine ass chicks. I'm not phobic because I'm not against anyone. I figured out ways to make everyone happy and to help make strong, confident people make more strong, confident people instead of have weak, lying, bitchy bullies, feel all screwed up by what they're doing and then mess with other people who they happen to be offended by because they're all messed up. When in reality, people who are doing something right shouldn't really give a crap about what other people are doing unless those people are specifically attacking them. So, so I'm not racist, I'm not sexist, I'm not phobic, none of that crap. And I'm simply saying, why can't we ask exactly how immigration policies will work? Why is that such a taboo topic? It's not like you're like, I'm against all immigrants, I'm against all this, I'm against all that. I'm just saying, okay, you want to do this? Tell me exactly how it's going to work. You can't just say, racist! Don't ask that question. It's like, no, hold on. Just tell me how if you want to do this with our country and with our people, and you think it's the right thing to do and a nice thing to do, no problem. Tell me exactly how your immigration policies are going to work for everyone. The locals, the people that are already here, the old stock, say Canadians, I'm in Toronto, Canada, or people anywhere around the world, especially the Western world, old stock Brits, old stock Americans, plus even recent immigrants who went through the legal process and went through the channels and waited a long time and dreamed of coming somewhere and looked forward to assimilating, and then when they finally got there and there was a plan to have them assimilate and integrate well and work and contribute to the culture, they're some of the happiest people you'll meet. They're so happy. They took a long time to get to Canada, and they're bright-eyed and they're excited for their new life in the Western world in cultures that have self-respect, not the new shut up, don't be racist, don't be phobic, and be all quiet and cucked up and let other groups subvert you and take over culture. But typically, when it all goes well with a polite, self-respecting population, the new immigrants that show up, when they take their time, when they dream of coming there, and when there's a plan to make sure they integrate and assimilate well, and they've got skills to contribute, and they're good people who can get along with other good people locally, they're some of the happiest people you meet. And so, slow, comfortable, organic, controlled immigration growth is ideal, where you have enough resources for everybody where you live, and then you have some extra wanted ads in the paper, and you bring in some of the best and brightest from around the world. Not refugees. Not refugees. Refugees just go next door. That's all refugees are. The traditional definition of refugees is, oh crap, our country has a famine. Our country has a war. Okay, we're going to go next door, the nearest safe country, and we're going to wait until the end of the famine or the war. It could be a few months, whatever, and then we're going to say thank you very much, and we're going to go back and we're going to fix up our own country. That's what a refugee is. The people that travel all the way around the world and plan to permanently settle somewhere, those are migrants. They're economic migrants, or they're migrants for another reason. So the term refugee is being misused as currently as in the common language. It's being changed. So that's something very, very important to understand. But getting into this, when it comes to this, a simple question is, can and are you doing proper background checks? Are you doing proper background checks when it comes to the people that are coming in here? Somebody can say, racist, racist, don't say that. Everybody who's not from here is an angel. It's like, no, 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 no. Everybody here isn't an angel. Everybody there isn't an angel. Everybody isn't an angel. How are you making sure you're not letting in criminals who used to bully and rob, rape, and murder people where they're from, and then to escape jail, they're coming here? Because if they stayed there, they would get caught and they would be taken to jail for being a robber or a rapist or a murderer or whatever. How are we making sure about that? Can and are you doing proper background checks? Do they have a good legal system that keeps good records so you can make sure when it comes to these people that, excuse me, they are, good people. They're not criminals. They don't have a checkered past or whatever. How are you making sure of that, right? And somebody can say, racist, racist, don't say that. Everybody who's not from here is an angel. We're all scum. And if you say that, then you're scum. It's like, no, 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 no. Everybody here is not an angel, and everybody from somewhere else is not an angel. So, can we ask how, you're making sure that these people are good people that we're letting in and not bad people, right? Why can't we just ask that? Not just be called racist, shut up, don't say anything about this process. Why can't we ask exactly how immigration policies will work for everyone? The people that live there, the old stock people, the new people, the recent immigrants, the people coming from overseas, are they going to come to a stable culture that continues to prosper and grow, right? Or is are these policies going to screw it up, right? So why can't we ask that, right? That's simple, right? You can say, look, nothing about racist, sexist, phobic, nothing about migrant phobic, nothing about hating this. How is it going to work? Just tell me. If you're in charge of this, then tell me. If you can't give me a 5-minute explanation, then you're either a moron or a liar. If you're a moron, you shouldn't be in charge. If you're a liar, you shouldn't be in charge. So, just want to ask how. Just how is it going to work? That's all. Just tell me how, right? Another point is, how much will it cost? How much will it cost? I'm not saying racist, not saying this, not saying it's not worth some investment, not saying it's not something that we should consider doing, right? But just how much will it cost, right? How much will it cost? How much will it cost to bring them here? How much will it cost to process them? How much will it cost to take care of them? How much are they getting? Who is paying for it? How is it affecting us? For example, I've seen statistics like 1 in 4 children in Toronto, Canada, lives below the poverty line. So if we have 25% of Canadian children in a big, wealthy city like Toronto, top 10 city in the world by many metrics, culturally great, lots of stuff to do, sports teams, restaurants, blah, 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 blah. If 25% of our children in this city are living below the poverty line, and if you can find similar statistics in Europe or in America or Australia or wherever around the world, then why the hell are we spending a bunch of money to try and process people who aren't even here when our own kids are having trouble getting a bite to eat? So how much will it cost? Not racist, not phobic, not sexist, not hate migrants, not hate everybody, not hateful person, just, how much will it cost? And do we have enough resources for ourselves and enough resources to handle the way you're approaching immigration policies, right? Why can't we ask that, right? Another question is, do they like it here, right? Are they people who do they understand, what this country is about? Do they understand, right? Do they understand our values? Do they understand our culture? Do they want to assimilate with this culture? Where they're like, you know what? I still want to keep some of the things where I'm from. Totally fine. You can do that anywhere in free countries around the world. You can immigrate legally. You can take several years. And you can come from any part of the world, from Somalia, from Spain, from China, from India, from Nigeria, from Brazil, from Australia, from Sweden, from whatever. And you could be here and you could be like, well, hi, I'm from Sweden and I'd like to immigrate to Canada and I'd like to be a nice, proud, happy Canadian, but I would still also like to have some elements of my Swedish culture where I like to yodel and eat Swedish meatballs. It's like, hey, fine, Swedish guy. You know, if you're a good guy and you're going to be happy to assimilate with our culture and be a Canadian and be a Canadian first, but you still want to do some Swedish stuff, no problem. We're all individuals. We all have different interests. Who cares? As long as you can generally be a nice, polite Canadian, getting along with other nice, polite Canadians, and then, you know, in your spare time or with your friends or with whoever wants to, you can yodel all you want and you can eat Swedish meatballs all you want. Fine. You know, come on over. In slow, controlled, organic, comfortable growth where we have enough resources and we got something for you to do besides be a pain in the ass. Right? So, you know, do they have the skills to contribute to our culture? Will they get along with people? Like, these are all things, you know, that are worth asking. It's not racist, not racism. Calling someone racist only works on people who don't want to be racist, as comedian Owen Benjamin says. And I strongly recommend you check out comedian Owen Benjamin and support his work. So look up Owen Benjamin if you're not familiar with Owen Benjamin yet. He's an anti-hero, having left Hollywood and then established himself as someone who questions a lot of bullshit and is still really thoughtful and funny and charismatic and generally speaking, a good guy. He's, as he says, I may not be right, but I'm not lying. And he's looking for the truth, and he's trying to find it and figure it out and help all of us do the same. And as he says, you know, very thoughtfully, if somebody's really worried about being called racist, then they're not racist. Because real racists are fine with it. Real racists, real white nationalists or whatever, like, yep, it's what I believe. Real sexists are like, yep, it's what I believe. Real phobics are like, yep, it's what I believe, right? They may or may not be that honest about it, but it doesn't screw them up like that. The only people that really works on are people who are not racist and who really don't want to A, be racist, or B, be called racist, because it's a horrible thing to be called, right? So again, you know, how is this going to work, right? Will they get along with the rest of us? That's a fair question. Or, as in some cases, right? You know, there's a recent report, Paul Joseph Watson from Infowars.com fame has talked about how, you know, 30, 40-year-old men with, you know, with beards are being let in as refugee children. And they're like, yes, I'm a refugee child. I'm 16 years old. It's like, dude, you've got a beard. You've got crow's feet. You've got white hairs in your beard. Don't say that. You're racist. Don't say that. You're racist. I'm not racist. This is a 35, 40-year-old man who's claiming to be a 15-year-old boy who's from this country who wants to come in as a child refugee, right? This is happening in parts of Europe and so on. And you're like, no, don't say that. Racist. Racist. Don't say that. Racist, right? Now, if you let people come in who break the law or who game the system, if you have no self-respect to tell the truth and state the obvious and do the best on behalf of your people where you live, then the people coming in do not respect you. They do not respect you. They do not respect the country you're in. And when they say, hey, you know, because some of them are saying, we like the lifestyle there. Yeah, we're coming from Pakistan. We want to be refugees. We're 40-year-old men pretending to be 15-year-old boys. We like the lifestyle in England. We like the lifestyle there. Oh, what lifestyle do you like? Do you like the lifestyle that, because of political correctness, puts you above reproach? Shh, don't say anything. And above the law, don't do anything. Don't lose your job. Police, leave them alone. And allows you to bully and rob and rape and murder people because word got back to your home country, right? Like, hey, we got here and this is what we do. We love the lifestyle here in the West. We love the lifestyle here in Europe. We love the lifestyle here in Germany, here in England, here in Canada, here in Australia. We can pretty much do whatever we want. And we're allowed to be racist. We're allowed to hate the local culture. We're allowed to say, we hate all white people here. We hate British culture. We think we should take over. We believe we should have Sharia law. We believe that gays and transes should be all killed. We believe that Jews should be all killed. We believe that white people suck. We believe that we can take your children because you people have no self-respect and no respect for where you live. And we can take your kids and we can prostitute them and we can make a lot more money than we would on welfare or driving a cab there, right? Because kids better than selling drugs. You sell drugs, drugs go, you got to get more drugs. Dangerous, tricky. You sell kid, as the grooming gangs or the child rape and prostitution gangs that are caught, quite often in England, the kid's still there. So you can make $1,000 a day or $500 a day off prostituting this child, right? That you snatched off the streets as part of the locals. Why? Because you hate the local culture. You hate the locals. You're racist against the locals. You think these people are animals. You think these people are less than you. And that's why you like the lifestyle in the West. It's a great place to immigrate to as a refugee from around the world because I love the lifestyle. I love what we can do there. Why are you trying to come there? Woo, we can get away with anything. We can bully, rob, rape, and murder people, and because of political correctness, nobody can say shit. And because of that, the law won't do shit. And we can get away with all kinds of shit. So we love the lifestyle there. We love it there. We love what we can do there. Please let us in. Because that's, something that is happening. There's already proof that that is happening. So I make this video just to bring up that point. Why can't we ask exactly how immigration policies will work for everyone, right? Who are you letting in? Are you doing proper background checks? Are you making sure they're not criminals? How much will it cost? How's that going to be handled? Do we have enough resources for ourselves and the people that already live here? Do we not have responsibilities to them? Do our tax dollars that we pay working here, when countries in the West are typically taxed, 50% of their income, right? Should that money not go to helping other people here first and foremost and making sure those needs are met, and then, as part of that process, letting in people that can contribute well to the culture, right? And should we not be making sure that we are proud, self-respecting people who say you can't just crash the border, you can't just lie to us about who you are, where you're from, why you're coming here, how old you are, and all that sort of thing, because if you do, you're showing up already breaking the law, you're showing up already messing with people, and if those people have no self-respect to let you in, then you're not going to respect them, and you're not going to respect anybody else here, and then you're going to gang up, and you're going to bully, rob, rape, and murder people. Maybe not all of you. Maybe not all of you. Maybe the top 20% might be doctors, lawyers, engineers, build beautiful buildings, save your child from life-threatening illnesses. Maybe the middle 60%, will be, maybe the middle 60% will be like, well, some on welfare, some working at the local convenience store, some molesting kids at the pool. It's a mixed bag. And maybe the bottom 20%, especially when it's mostly young military-aged men, it's not like child refugees and families coming in. It's the people that can work and save money where they live and pay human traffickers $1,000 or a couple of $1,000 to get them to United Nations sponsored NGOs, non-governmental organizations who can help them finish the journey to get to the West. Those are the people they're bringing in. They might show you one family on TV, but 90% of those people are military-age men between the age of 18 and 30 who are young and fit and strong, and they can walk from Somalia to Spain, and they're showing up. Right? So, how do we make sure of that? How do we make sure? Why can't we ask these questions, is what I'm saying. Why can't we simply ask how these policies are going to work for everybody? Work for the people who live here, work for the people that are coming here, work, to make our country better, right? That's all. Not that we're against. Could be an immigrant from China, it could be an immigrant from Africa, it could be an immigrant from Europe, it could be an immigrant from South America, it could be an immigrant from Australia, it could be an immigrant from anywhere. It could be an immigrant from anywhere. There's already people here in parts of the West, in America, in Canada, in Europe, in Australia, and other places. There's already people of all different backgrounds there. And if they're cool and they put their country first and they've got a common shared set of values, then they typically get along with each other. If someone's a dick, someone's a dick. And Hopefully you marginalize them, you ignore or forget about them. Ignoring people en route puts you in a good mood, and you see less of that going on than more. Just like if you have a rabid dog, you don't let that rabid dog, make more rabid dogs. You either chill out that rabid dog and cure it, or you take it to the back of the woodshed and you put a bullet in its head, right? However, as part of this process, if people show up and crash your borders and break your laws and everyone's bending over backwards to accommodate them, then when they get here and when they're here, they don't respect the locals. They're like, we just pulled some shit on these people. We just got here and we pulled some shit on these people, right? And so, you let in 1 million migrants. Top 20%, might be all right. Middle, mixed bag. Bottom 20% of, say, 1 million people you let in could be 200,000 robbers, rapists, and murderers you let in if you cannot ask for a simple 5-minute explanation on how these immigration policies will work. Anybody can explain anything to anybody in 5 minutes. I'm not saying everything about something, but if it's quantum physics, if it's nuclear science or rocket science, if it's brain surgery, if it's sports, if it's cricket, a game I still don't understand, or if it's fashion, or if it's what you're up to, anything. You can't get into all the details in 5 minutes, but you can certainly get into some big picture, broader stroke ideas in 5 minutes. So if somebody can't explain in 5 minutes, and could be longer, because the conversation could go beyond that, but if they can't tell you in 5 minutes basically how this is going to work, then they're either a moron or a liar. And broadly speaking, globalists, super rich people, who are pushing for more global governance structures. They want the United Nations and other global governance structures to take over and run the whole world. They want to weaken countries. They want to destroy borders. They want to weaken people within those countries. And they want to have a borderless world with a bunch of destabilized countries and people that they can more easily control centrally with their global governance structures. Now, and that's not a charitable view of globalism, but that's a fairly accurate view of what the globalists are up to. Whereas nationalists and patriots worldwide in different countries are trying to protect their country, protect their culture, protect their borders, protect their people, and be great places to live with proud, polite, confident, happy people making more, and great places to visit, or possibly even great places to immigrate to, with a legal process that brings in the right people and not too many to change or destabilize the culture. Like you wouldn't want too many strangers coming to a house party of yours when all of a sudden the people that know each other are like, what the hell are these 20 people doing at our 50-person house party? It's like, now this is kind of awkward. We let in 20 strangers to our 50-person house party, and now we're all not comfortable at this house party. It's the same thing with mass immigration. And the proof of that is a lot of the horrible stories coming out of Europe, where, for example, in Germany, polls show 50% of Germans want to leave because they don't feel like this is Germany anymore. And there's similar things going on all throughout Europe, and there's similar problems happening all over the West, whereas countries, with strong immigration policies like Japan, like China, like Israel, they're like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We got a great thing going. We're not going to screw it up. If you want to come here, you got to prove you really want to come here. And we got to make it really tough. And if you can do that, welcome. We made sure you were cool. So why not? Right? And so, that's a more sensible approach. So anyway, I just thought I'd make this video. Why can't we ask exactly how immigration policies will work for everyone without being accused of being racist, racist, racist? Because, the globalists will teach people to say that to make sure nobody asks about it, and then those policies screw up your country. And you're not supposed to say anything because you're a racist, and some moron or liar is either being stupid or bald-faced lying to you. And then when things get really screwed up, then you can finally see, well, I guess we should have asked them to explain, and then I guess we should have seen what their plan was, and then I guess we should have seen if we were cool with it, or if they were full of shit and a waste of time, and we should get better leadership, right? So anyway, there you have it. So BK Black Krishna for manforwars.com. Feel free to comment, subscribe, get in touch with any questions, or pass on any information or the video. Feel free to support the manforwars.com efforts by donating through PayPal or the direct deposit links below. Otherwise, BK Black Krishna for manforwars.com. Hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.